Antoinette Lyons, followed by Sylvia Amico.
Good evening. I'm Antoinette Lyons, Fremont resident, and I'll just read my comments so I can go through it quick. I attended last night's public scoping meeting because I have concerns about the proposed ballpark plan for Fremont. At the meeting, we were told that one purpose of the CEQA process is to foster public participation and dialogue, and that the scoping meeting would fulfill that purpose. However, in my opinion, the format of the meeting did not allow for such participation or dialogue. A quick Google search of CEQA-compliant scoping meetings shows that, although it's not required, most include a public comment session. Last night's meeting did not. Instead, attendees were instructed to view posters at 4 stations throughout the room where city staff would be available to answer questions. As people crowded around the various posters, city staff answered questions on a one-to-one basis, but participants were not able to hear one another's questions or the answers. Therefore, we didn't have the benefit of building thoughts and ideas collaboratively. And sometimes it's helpful to hear multiple sides of a topic because it provides the basis for a more well-rounded opinion.
Your time is up. Let me just tell you that there will be other opportunities.
And that was my request. So
all right. Sylvia Amico, followed by Jill Hoffman.
Hi, my name is Sylvia Amico. I'm here not because I'm against the ballpark, but I do have some concerns. First of all, as you all know, our infrastructure is in shambles. There's potholes, whether it's in Warm Springs or in Pacific Commons. Secondly, you claim you're going to build a ballpark, an elementary school, Mr. Wolf. These new kids will have to go to a junior high and high school. Mr. Wolf, have you seen our junior high and high schools? They're falling apart, and teachers don't have enough classrooms as it is. And the parking lots are a mess. And when you have more people going to a ballpark, they're going to park in those schools, and that's going to create a bigger mess. Okay? Our police department is also, let's just say, it leaves a lot to be desired. And when you need their help, they're not there. So when there's a crime being committed at the ballpark, a retired cop isn't going to help me. And last but not least, BART is being extended, which is great, and I'm all for it, but it is very expensive compared to a light rail or a bus system. What makes you think the average family will spend $20 on a BART ticket and the cost of a ball game? I urge the council people and everybody involved to get more involved in this and ask more questions. Thank you.
Your time is up. Thank you. Jill Hoffman, followed by Daniel Lee.
Hi, I'm Jill Hoffman, and I'm a 30-year resident of Fremont, and I love where I live, and I have no problem with the A's coming to Fremont or anything else. I have a big problem with the alternative site. I have concerns about my safety. My home is really important to me. I won't feel safe if I have a big, huge ballpark with all the noise and with all the traffic problems. It's really kind of disheartening that the city has even considered this site. My whole life has been the city of Fremont. I love it here. It's beautiful here. I love the people. It's just that I'm afraid that if this ballpark comes to my neighborhood, I'm going to have to leave, and I really don't want to leave Fremont. So I'm here to tell you that what my opinion is, and to urge you, please, find another site other than Warm Springs. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Daniel Lee, followed by Peggy Ron Lindy.
Hi. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Daniel. I have one question. For the alternative site, the population, 80% to 90% population is Asian Americans, and the people have no interest on AIDS. And I'm concerned about the traffic, noise, and also, more important, I'm concerned about the community security. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Peggy Ron.
You did it right the first time. Thank you.
Followed by Spanitas Reddy. Go ahead.
First, I want to commend you for having a global view and not being short-sighted like Oakland. I'd also like to take issue with the police department leaving a lot to be desired. I think our men and women do a great job, and I think they'll do a great job at the new ballpark. Also, I want to let you know that I've been a resident for 20 years. I think this is going to be one of the best things that can happen to Fremont economically. For people that think that it's going to ruin neighborhoods, they need to go to some of these neighborhoods and some of these renovated parks. The Giants came from Manhattan. It didn't seem to ruin Manhattan. In fact, there were 3 ballparks in New York at one time. And if you look at Camden Yards, Seattle, or Philadelphia, you'll also see what it has done. If it was good for Fremont 4 years ago, it's still good for Fremont. And if people are just now paying attention, we were talking about Warm Springs 4 years ago. So people should have been paying attention then. If it's good for Fremont then, it's good for Fremont now. And that's about it. The rest has been covered. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Benevis Reddy, followed by Charlotte Allen.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to talk to you about the alternative proposal site for the ballpark in the Warm Springs and the Warm Springs area near the BART station. You know, as you all know, it's smack bang in the middle of a residential neighborhood, and I just can't figure out for the life of me how this site was picked. The associated traffic, noise, litter, and security for this area is just going to be a total nightmare. Just to give you an example, on Black Friday, I had to sit through 12 cycles of traffic at Osgood and Automall, and this was sort of sale and fries. So I don't know what it's going to look like when you actually have a ballpark in the neighborhood. And just to address the comment that the gentleman from Catalyst had made, he was concerned about traffic in the retail area in Pacific Common. I guess obviously it's okay to have the traffic in the residential area and have put all the residents there through a loop there. So that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Charlotte Allen, followed by John Mara.
Hello, I'm here to ask some questions about the economic impact of this project. It's advertised as bringing jobs and economic growth to Fremont, but I've looked carefully at the economic analysis referred to by Mr. Harrison. I think it's more likely the project will drain the general fund and harm Fremont's ability to pay for citywide police and fire services. Money for police and fire comes from the general fund. Since the project will be built in a redevelopment zone, none of the property taxes from the project will go to the general fund. In order to maintain services at their current inadequate levels, the project will need to generate about $5 million additional dollars when the residential is fully occupied. In order to do this, the retail component must generate tax revenue at the same level as Pacific Commons without taking sales tax revenue from any existing retail in Fremont. In a worsening economy, this seems like a very unlikely scenario. I wonder how the city can gamble its ability to protect our residents on an extremely optimistic and likely realistic scenario.
Your time is up. Thank you very much. John Mara, followed by Michael Brahan.
Thank you, Mayor. I think we need to remember that right now we still have a preferred plan on the Pacific Commons site, and the off-site alternative is the Warm Springs site. And I'm sure traffic is the biggest concern in my opinion, and we need to look at that Warm Springs site if we do have the extension of BART. And also, everyone needs to remember that Lou Wolf has been a first-class businessman in our area. He's goodwill, and we need to stay positive. Remember, with the city this size, we have very low crime rate, highly educated area, and I think it's a good move. We need to get the A's in Fremont as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you.